Most creators waste months making videos that no one sees. But in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to actually grow on YouTube in 2025 without burning out or having to guess what works. Hey everybody, I'm Dave, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to grow your YouTube channel, get more views, and build a real audience. Even if your last few videos flopped, or you don't feel like you've been getting all of the views that you deserve. And stick around, because at the end, I'm going to show you the exact growth strategy that I use for my own channel and for my clients as well. So first, let's get into the first part, which is the requirements. All right, so here's what we need. These are non-negotiables. You will need these in order to put together a great strategy for growing on YouTube in 2025. So the first thing that we need is a clear topic that you actually care about, okay? So we've got this guy here. We need a clear topic. So for this one, you want to really tap into your purpose, right? What is your purpose for spending the time and money and everything that you're going to have to put into the work of growing this YouTube channel? You know, what's that one message that you speak so clearly on? Like for me, as a recovered alcoholic, I speak to alcoholics. Part of my mission is to give back, you know, not on this channel, but my mission is to give back to the program, to save somebody else, to give away the gift that I have been given. So I make videos about that. What's your mission? What is your clear topic that you can speak to an absolutely specific person about, right? Everybody's searching on YouTube for a problem or an answer or something that means a lot to them. What's that thing that you care about that you can speak to a certain person? Next is a willingness to experiment and stay consistent. So we have experimentation and we have consistency. Let's see. Because if we want to grow on YouTube, we do have to be willing to experiment. We have to be able to experiment with new topics, because in the beginning, we don't know exactly what will resonate with people. I mean, we do the research, and we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you how I do that in just a second. But even after doing the research, we still don't know how something resonates with a certain group, or how you deliver it, or the language of the industry. These are some things that are unknown. Sometimes certain topics just resonate with a group that you wouldn't necessarily expect or didn't show up in your keyword research. That happens. And those reasons are why we want to do a little bit of experiment. So willingness to experiment, pretty easy. Then we also want to stay consistent. We want to set our strategy up for 1, 2, 3 months, 6 months in advance, so that we know what we're posting and we can stay consistent. And you have to decide on what consistent means for you, because once a week is consistent, once a month is consistent. But those are kind of light. Really what we go for is 8 posts a month. We want to see 2 posts every week. It can be 4 long form videos, 5 to 10 minutes, and 4 shorts, 1 to 3 minutes, or ideally 1 minute in the beginning. 1 minute is all you need to make a really great short. But shorts now go up to 3 minutes, so we have that opportunity. But 8 posts a month, 4 long form and 4 short. Put along there, put that. That's the perfect sweet spot. Like if you can do that for the next 6 months to a year, you will see absolute growth if you apply everything else that we talk about in this, so that we've got all the fundamental building blocks in place. Okay? So the next thing is we need 10 minutes a day to apply what I'm about to share with you. By the time you get to the end of this video, you need 10 minutes a day, every day, to put these things in place. So 10 minutes, that's a requirement. Now, if you can spend more than that, that's great. Like, you know, like the big creators, you have to understand the big creators are spending, you know, 4 to 6 hours a day, every day. And they're constantly working and they're constantly coming up with new ideas. But we don't really need that. If you have a focused 10 minutes and you apply all of the things, the requirements, the step-by-step process that I'm going to share with you in a minute, if you apply all these things, you don't need more than 10 minutes a day to just get a good start. You know, so if that's all you got, great. If you've got an hour, great. Apply this. It'll allow you to relax a little bit and not have to work so hard. But 10 focused minutes every day to apply to this process is going to take you far. Now, let me tell you about some things that you don't need. So, right, I call them non-requirements. Things that you don't need. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need expensive gear. And you don't need thousands of subscribers to make this process work, because the process I'm going to show you is going to isolate where the opportunities are on the things that you speak about, which is so important. It's probably the number one thing. The cell phone is enough of a camera. Even the mic in the cell phone, if you have any type of editing software for after the fact to where you can enhance the audio, you don't even need a microphone for the cell phone. But a lot of people do go the extra mile and get a microphone just so you have that nice, clear audio, because, as you know, audio is more important than the quality of the video. But if they can't hear you clearly, you know, that's going to kill you. But these are some of the requirements that you don't need. You don't need all the fancy gear. Like when I started my journey, I was like, oh, I need this. I used to wait. Oh, I can't do a video about this topic until I get this better camera, or until I get a better mic, or I get more lighting, or I get a better tripod. Turns out, didn't need any of that stuff. Didn't need any of it. So now let's get into the step-by-step guide, okay? So the first step that we always start with is the search. Don't guess on your titles. Don't guess on what you're going to make a video about. Research them. You can use, there's a whole range of tools out there for this. You know, vidIQ, TubeBuddy. The one that I really like is this new one that I found. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. All these tools, there's tons of tools out there for research. There's also the YouTube search bar. You can use that. All of these different ways that you can search on what's trending and what people are searching for is going to help you out. Because let's face the facts, 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every minute. If you don't have some type of an edge on how you're going to get in front of people so they actually see your video, you're just going to be buried. And that's just the facts of when you have a platform that's as big as YouTube. You know, you're not going to be able to just hope and pray and make a video and have it come out on top and have a lot of people see it. It's happened. Some people have done it like that, but that's like winning the lottery. And we don't want to plan something as important as our message and all this work that we're going to put into this. We don't want to plan it on guessing and luck and hoping to win the lottery and those types of things. We want to use a really strategic system. So the first one is we're going to search for your topic and look for what people are searching for it right now. And I want to emphasize the importance of right now. Now, because 2 months ago, a topic may have been heavily searched for, and it's not today. You know, I mean, they can just drop off that quick. Some topics stay around for 10 years. Some topics don't stay around for 10 days. And you might see a video on YouTube and say, oh, I speak on this same thing. This is awesome. And you make a video about it. You put all this time and effort and all this work into it, and it doesn't perform. And you're like, this is bullshit. Like, what the hell? And that's the reason, is because we want to know what's trending right now. Is a certain topic hanging on? So that's huge in this game. So just remember that, how the topic has got to be performing today in order to make a video about it. Okay. Step number 3, hook in the first 10 seconds, right? The first 10 seconds of your video is where you want to put 90% of your time, right? First 10 seconds. So when we're new, you hear everybody talking about the hook. Everybody knows you need to have a hook on your video, but you want to make your video as compelling and attractive in terms of not so much, the fanciness of the hook, or you just want to make it really powerful and clear to the person that clicked on it. So when you get that click, that you see, that the person can see that, hey, this person is speaking to me, right? That's what you want. A hook doesn't have to be flashy. A hook can be simple, as simple as possible. But you don't want to waste any time. You want to hit them with a super bold statement, or a surprising truth, or some type of a relatable struggle that they're dealing with, that they know, okay, this person's got my attention. They got a solution to my problem, and I'm all in. And we basically have 10 seconds to earn their attention, or they're gone. So that's step number 2, hook in the first 10 seconds. Now, to go along with that, step number 3 is we need to design a scroll stopping thumbnail. These two go hand in hand, step 2 and step 3. And step 3, we want to design that bold, emotional, high contrast thumbnail. You want something where, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you want the face to be, because that makes people stop. It makes people look, and it makes them see hey, I need to click on this. That's all it's designed to do. You just need a thumbnail to be very contrasting, right? Contrasting colors, a very emotional face. If your thumbnail says stop, I did one the other day, and it says stop in big letters, and my hand is out like this. And what does that say? They're going to stop for 2 seconds and look at it. Then they're going to read this title, and if it resonates with them, they're going to click. And if it doesn't, they're gone. And they'll never see my video again, because YouTube will never put it back on their feed, most likely, unless they start searching for that topic again. Then it might come back up. But for the most part, they're gone. I lost a click, and it's done. So a couple things about thumbnails: 2 to 3 words max. That's it. 1 word is really good. Maybe it takes 2 words to get the point across. Maybe it makes 3 words. But in this thumbnail world that we live in today, we've got to pass the glance test, right? It's got to pass a single glance. That means when I glance past it, do I immediately understand what that video is about and how it's going to help me? Not just what it's about, but how is it going to help me? Because I don't want to click on something that doesn't help me, right? So that's what we got to put across in that thumbnail and the title. And those 2 things work hand in hand. That's what's going to help them stop, notice your video, and then you get to click. All right, so now, step 4, deliver value quickly. Do not wait. We want to deliver value quickly. The whole reason they stopped to watch your video is because of the value that they saw in the thumbnail and the title. So don't try to go in and add a lot of fluff to make your video longer because you heard that YouTube pushes videos that are longer in time. So you just go adding a bunch of stuff. It's It's kind of like, I think of it like a Hollywood movie. They're in Hollywood movies, when they produce movies and they get to the edit, right? They've shot the whole movie and now it's in the edit. They don't add anything, no matter how much time they spend shooting it, time and money wise. They don't put it in the movie unless it adds to the overall story. You know, how does this impact the story? And if it doesn't have any impact, they get rid of it, right? So no fluff in our videos, no long intros. We just want to deliver value quickly and get right into it, especially if we're new. A lot of people don't understand when they see, like I used to make this mistake all the time. I used to see people do videos and they're just talking, they're talking about their day, right? And these are really big creators, people who have 500,000 million subscribers. And they're just kind of rambling on. I thought, oh, well, if they've got 1 million subscribers, I could do that too. And then I would do that, tried to apply the same thing in my video, and it didn't work at all. Because nobody cares about me. They don't know me as a household name. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a superstar. I'm not like, you know, some type of, you know, icon out in the world. So they don't really care about me. They care because they saw that thumbnail and that title and thought, and they're willing to watch if you deliver value quickly. That's why they're willing to watch. This guy is going to help. I don't know this guy, they're saying about me. I don't know this guy, but he's going to help me deliver a problem or a result for my problem. And I'm willing to watch that. That's why they click. So deliver on the promise of your title and do it fast. Because in the beginning, when people don't know you, every second counts. That's huge. And then step 5, we are going to end with momentum. So we want to ask viewers to subscribe. So momentum. We want a call to, this is also where we put call to action. Subscribe is pretty much in the beginning. I feel like in the beginning when people really don't know you, just getting a subscribe is like a huge call to action. I know you want to add in, you know, grab my free course, grab my download, grab my PDF, grab my ebook. You can use some of those things too. But in the beginning, you definitely want them to, you know, subscribe. That's what we want to build a following here. That's what we're working on with this YouTube channel stuff. And then after we've built more trust, we can get more personal with the audience. We can get more into like, hey, go check out my free video that takes you to this or that or whatever you got going on. All good things, you know? So in the very simple, once we've got this momentum, we ask people to subscribe. We just say, hey, basically, if you like this content and it helped you out, subscribe to the channel and let's grow together. Very simple. If this helped you, subscribe so you don't miss more of my great content and check out this video that I've done right here. Simple, you know? And what a lot of people don't know, and what I always tell people, this is kind of important because I see a lot of videos now where people are saying, stop asking people to subscribe because they don't subscribe because you ask them. And that's true. There's a lot of truth to that. And these are big creators saying this. Don't ask people to subscribe. But here's the thing. I look at myself and my own viewing behavior, and I watch videos all the time, and I forget to hit like, and I forget to subscribe, and I love the video, and I go back watching, you know, I love the creator and the person, but I just simply forget. And I figure if if I'm doing it, then lots of other people are doing it too. You get so intrigued with the video. Sometimes the better the video is, you get more intrigued with it. And then you just forget to subscribe. I forget to subscribe. I forget to like. And sometimes I remember on the second or third time, or, you know, something gets said. But if someone asks me to subscribe and I like the video, there's like a 95% chance that I'm going to do it. Whereas if they don't ask me to subscribe and they just assume, well, if people like it, then he'll subscribe, you know, chances are they're not going to do it, or they'll just forget or get sidetracked or go to the next thing. And more now, I am seeing a lot of big creators that, before they start the video, they get into it and they say, hey, 95% of the people or 85% of the people aren't subscribed who watch my videos. So if you can, go ahead and subscribe. And please just do me that favor. And now let's get back to the content. So that's something else that I'm seeing that's very important to remember. So in this part, I want to show you exactly how I do the research to figure out whether the topic that I want to use is a good topic, or if it's got to be changed, or we got to find a different topic, something more relevant. This is the whole thing when it comes to getting in front of the search so people actually see your video. So let me take you inside my screen here. I'm going to share. And this is morning frame research. This is what I use for this. And we start here, very simple. I'm going to use this video that I'm doing right now as an example. And you can see right here in morning frame that you got a topic, right? Morning frame is very good at this type of keyword research. This is like their super strong point. So have a topic in mind, right? So right here, I typed in grow on YouTube. Right, so then you put that in there, you come over here, choose first result, okay? And then what it does is it takes you over to step 2, so you can see this tab at the top here. Step 2, choose a target search term. So this is where we can identify even more. And the cool thing about this is, if you see these little codes here, this red and this green, so it gives it a score, it gives it a relevancy score. So how relevant your channel is to actually succeeding. If you're using the search term, it'll tell you there's too much competition or you're in the right space, all those different things. And it gives you a score on 4 different things. And then if you look here, you've got common keywords, uncommon keywords. So from here, you can take your term and you can just continue to niche it down until you get into the right space. So you're optimized to get your video in front of the people that want to see it. Okay, now if we come up to the top here, we come over to step number 3, which is search and refine your target search term. And then right here, it gives us this beautiful graph, which you can see is the same colors that we had on the last screen of what it shows you. And it gives you, for grow on YouTube, it gives you subscribers, views, likes and comments, and relevancy. And the relevancy is the one that's most important. What we want to do is we want to get that up to an A, right? So you'll have from A to F, F being the worst, A being the best. You'll get a score on each of these terms, right? So then you come down here and you can see different videos that you're competing against for ranking in this specific term. Then you come over to step 4, optimize. Okay, so this is where you refine the keyword even more based on that last screen. And again, I'm just giving you kind of a high level overview of this, because if I really went deep into this, I could do a full hour-long tutorial on just this process for one term of the whole thing. So I might do that in a future. Comment if you want to see that down below. I can do that as well. But right here, you can see by relevance, for my channel to succeed with this term, I've got an A, which is exactly what I want. 100% achieved of 100%. Then it helps you write the description. So you've got that part right. Then it helps you choose the tags. Then it helps you look at the thumbnail. So you can see right here, my thumbnail, how it looks next to other competitors' thumbnails. So this is super huge in making sure, and really it starts with the initial keyword term. That initial keyword term is what you're going off of, because other channels that have 500,000, 1 million viewers, subscribers, you're not going to compete against them. You know, you're not going to, it's like going up against a professional boxer and you're not really knowing anything about boxing. You're not going to win that fight. So we have to find leverage to get in front of the people that we want to talk to. And we do this by defining the right keyword research term and then planning the whole video out from there and then scripting it, everything done with the thumbnail and the title being the first piece, right? All the big creators do this. That's the first piece. Then we come down to the actual scripting and the content of it. And then that's where you apply your own experience. You use your own experience to show people what you do, and you talk to them and help them solve that problem in your niche. All right, so a few bonus tips on this one. Pro tip, use community posts and YouTube shorts to test topics before going all in on the long form, right? This is very simple. Community posts, you can do a community post on YouTube. A lot of people don't know about posting, don't use it as much as they should be using it. And you can just basically ask your viewers a question. Now, this might not help if you've got very, very low subscriber count. Sometimes this doesn't always work, but a YouTube short, let's write that down. Shorts are a great way to test ideas. So like if you have a great idea for a video and everything checks out the way I showed you, do a short because they're easy to make. You know, you can do one right on your phone. You can upload it, try your title, try your description, or even if you do, like if you like to do it more editing like I do. You know, it only takes me, it's a very short process to edit a 1-minute video as opposed to trying to edit a 20-minute long form video. Like it can take me days because I'm so particular and I want to make it look cool and I want all these cool elements in it. You know, I can spend days on it and it's still not perfect, but I can do a short and I can make it look really good in, you know, an hour or two. So for me, that's how I like testing out videos, and a lot of creators would agree. Do some shorts, do several shorts to test multiple different ways because you don't have to spend a lot of time and you can get the results. And if they really take off, you know you got something good. Okay, another bonus pro tip. Don't chase trends just to go viral. Chase after the topics that align with your long-term message, right? So this kind of comes back to what I said before. You know, you can see a viral video from 7 months ago, and if you look at the graphs and the analytics on it, you'll see that nobody's really watching it anymore. And that's what happens with a lot of trends and topics that go viral is they die quickly too. So do a little bit more research just to make sure. It only takes, you know, if it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to do some extra research and see what else is available on that topic, it's worth it because it could save you days in the long run. So very important. And then the other thing, a pro tip, is to batch record your content so you stay consistent without burning out, right? And it's a great way to do multiple videos of a similar type, or, you know, to just, to while you're on a certain topic, just go all in and like batch record content. You know, one way that you can do this is you can just spend a day just coming up with topics, doing the research, write them all out. The next day, spend 2 or 3 hours just recording, and then start editing down the first video, or just, if you don't want to edit it, just upload it. Again, not doing any editing on the video in the beginning is an excellent way to test it, because before you go wasting, again, hours and hours of editing time, just go ahead and post it. Trim the ends, trim out some of the middle. Maybe there's a couple of mistakes in it. Trim some of that stuff out. Boom, upload. Get what you get, 100% organic. Now, I wanted to do a little blurb on troubleshooting. So if you're not seeing growth after implementing this, if you're still not seeing growth, you want to ask yourself a couple questions. Are you really creating for your audience, right? Are you doing the research that we're showing here? And again, are you making videos just to please the algorithm, or are you really catering to that audience? And some of the research that you have to do is the deeper research of what a target audience is really looking for, because that can also vary. Even if you do keyword research, that doesn't always mean that a certain audience does or does not like a certain topic. So if you're seeing problems with your videos, they're just not getting enough views, a couple things to remember is it really being obtained? Is it really something that your audience is eating up? And also, it also brings me back to consistency. Depending on how niche your audience is, like if you have a very tight niche, it takes YouTube longer to find them because your videos are being buried within thousands of hundreds of thousands of hours of content that's kind of similar, but not the exact same thing that you're talking about. And sometimes it just takes a while for YouTube to find them. And what you'll see is, if you look in the YouTube analytics, is you'll see when it's impressing that video. So if it's impressing your video, if you're getting 2,000 impressions and you've only got like 20 views and the click-through rate's like 1 to 2%, that right there tells you that they're pushing that video, but it just hasn't found the people that you're clicking on. And you want to take it back to, one, are you in a niche where there's too much competition? Because that will definitely hurt you. Or is it just not the right type of content for your audience? Is it just not solving a problem that they're really screaming for an answer to? Because you want to be the answer to the solution that they are absolutely screaming for. Because we got to remember, the simple fact, the truth is that when we focus on serving people first, the algorithm will follow, which means the people will follow, because people are watching the videos. YouTube doesn't give a shit either way. They just want to push videos that are getting views. So if you like viewing it, they don't put it through a morality test or a credibility test. They just push the videos that are getting views to the most relevant thing that if it's the most relevant thing that you're typing in that search bar. Or if you've searched it in the past and you've watched lots of other videos like that, they're going to show it to you. And there's a lot of other things too that they're going to continue to show you videos that they think you want to watch. So that's the bottom line, is and when you're serving people and people see that you have service for them, they're going to love the content that you provide. So that's awesome. And that's something to remember. So that's it for this one. Now you know how to build a YouTube growth strategy that actually works in 2025. Remember, keep it simple in the beginning. Simplicity, 10 minutes a day, stay consistent, and always lead with service as your highest value, and the people will find you. They will resonate with your content. All right, so I know that was a lot to take in. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, hit that like button. If it was valuable to you and it helped you out, hit the subscribe button. I try to do one of these tutorials like this every single week, and I enjoyed having you here. And also check the description below for more links for tools and resources that will help you on your content journey and creating a better YouTube channel in 2025. That's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.